Hey everybody, I'm back. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the first draft and just to break it down a little bit and um, yeah, stretch out the realm of possibility and create more options for folks. So once you enter that, I just posted, sent all of you a message about the code, and I've posted the code here up at the top, but also down here at the bottom. So once you've accessed that once, you should be good to go. You shouldn't have to do it again. If you do, or if for some reason it gets a little glitchy, let me know immediately. I'm actually going to add an extra forum up here just for as you learn and achieve glitches or frustrations. And if you could just pop in a comment up there, then I will be able to collect them all and have them addressed very rapidly. So I was just on the phone on Zoom with the publisher yesterday for a long time. So all right, let me pop over here. Once you enter your code, you'll see the prompt. And Draft 1, Literacy Narrative, Exploring Agents and Sponsors. So this might sound, the description might sound, it does sound a little more academic than I intended to, but the bottom line is that you're going to be telling a story. It's going to be 3.5 pages, double spaced, 1-inch margins, and it's a story about a moment of recognition, or understanding, where you learned a certain skill, or learned about a certain topic, and it doesn't necessarily have to be academic. It could be one moment, it could be one memory, it could be a series of moments. It really depends on you. It's up to you. So I would definitely think about the readings and the free writes. The discussion forum prompts are all designed to get you thinking about the things that have really influenced the kind of thinker you are. So one of the things about this week's reading, for example, I always find that part out of I'll open it up for a minute. Certainly the speech, the Ballad or the Bullet, is one of Malcolm's most important speeches ever. But also, I think it's interesting the language and the voice that you hear in that speech compared to this essay, which is just an excerpt from his autobiography, and the way that he speaks about language. I know that people are often, I don't know, moved might be too romanticized a word, but stunned by the Malcolm that they find in that passage, versus the Malcolm that they find in or have been exposed to maybe in history books or even in this speech, which is, I think, even a different version of himself. But anyway, all that said, I think both of them are really wonderful examples of different types of literacy narratives, and I certainly gravitate towards towards both of them. But I love that essay, that excerpt, for lots of reasons, and not just because it's about language. He could be talking about bicycles or lawnmowers for all I care. But it's the way that he uses language and the relationship he has with it in that passage, even when he talks about other things, So that in and of itself really struck me, and it's almost like language is another person, not necessarily a thing. And he loved words. I think that's one of the things I really love about Malcolm X, is that he really loved words. And understood their weight. So I get that from both the speech and the essay. And Elijah Muhammad, who historically is a very interesting figurehead. He was a really complicated, interesting man. Still was so influential. I think the ways in which he shaped Malcolm's mind and Malcolm's approach to language and knowledge and self-possession and power, and sort of owning himself in a new way, and all over again in his life, was really powerful. So I think you can talk about a person, you can talk about a moment, you can talk about you don't have to talk about a text. It doesn't have to be about how you acquired language, or learned to read and write, or your relationship to any academic subject. It could be anything. So, but it must be something that you feel strongly connected to, and that really shapes who you are. And then you're just telling a story. Keep in mind that this first draft is while this looks very traditional, the rubrics and such, you're going to be doing another draft or two of this, but for now, it's, it can be a train wreck. I'm not going to be poring over it looking for errors. I'm not certainly not going to use a red pen. I hate red pens. I just want you to tell a story that you feel really connected to. And if you have trouble, let me know, and I'll make sure that we can meet sooner rather than later, so I can kind of help, hopefully, unpack things for you. So, and that's essentially what you'll do in draft 2. You'll unpack it. I'll zero in on a few details that really jump off the page, and draft 2 is sort of the cleanup work, but also an expansion. So right now you're just sort of getting the guts down on the page, if you will. That's a bad metaphor. But getting down, connecting to a story that, a moment of realization about something important to you. So, all right, so that's it. It's just about the details. It's in the first person, and it's all about the nuances of that experience and memory. So, all right, that's it. I hope you're all having a good week. It's Tuesday, even though it might feel like Friday for most of you. I'm going to post another video this morning, and just with a few quick details, but yeah, but that's it. All right, I will talk to you soon. Bye.